Hello beautiful and welcome back to my channel and welcome to this video that's going to be this year's palette collection and declutter. I'm not 100% sure how many palettes I have, but I can tell you it is a lot. And if you have not been here before, if this is your first video here, hello, my name is Angie. I'm such a lover of beauty makeup. I love everything beauty makeup related. My absolute favorite is eyeshadows, colorful makeup and indie brands. And there is a lot of palettes in this collection that are colorful indie eyeshadow palettes. So if you want to see more of that, if you want to see some more eyeshadows on your timeline, more indie makeup in your timeline, especially more color in your timeline, definitely don't forget to subscribe because I upload, well right now I'm in the middle of Vlogmas, so every day until Christmas, but normally I upload 5 times a week. My main thing on this channel is eyeshadow palettes. I love reviewing eyeshadows and eyeshadow palettes, and this is going to be my yearly palette collection and declutter. And this year it's going to be a little bit special because I have to be extra ruthless because we are moving and we are moving abroad and I cannot bring everything. And I have some friends around me, some friends, former co-workers, people of interest that are going to be receiving a lot of really fun gifts from me because I have been decluttering quite a lot from my collection, and I decluttered more than 100 eyeshadow palettes. I'm not 1,000,000% sure how many palettes I actually had from the beginning, but if you are counting as we go, please let me know a number down in the comments and I will include it in the title. But yeah, it is quite a lot of palettes and quite a lot of them have to go. Quick housekeeping before we get into it. I do throw away some old palettes. If they're really old, they're getting thrown away. Palettes that have never been used, I usually put those in giveaways towards subscribers. If I have palettes that have been either swatched, used, reviewed, and are not old, I will clean them up and I will give them to friends and people around me. I do not send out palettes. Please don't ask me for my makeup. I will not be sending out things. It's really expensive to ship things right now. So even though this is makeup that is free because it's already paid for, shipping things, for example, to the US costs somewhere between $30, $40, $50, $60, and that's just not money that I have to be spending sending out a bunch of packages, and normally that's not money that other people want to spend either. And besides, I am in the middle of moving, I just do not have time for that. So I do not give away my used makeup to subscribers. Please don't ask for it. I just do not have time to be sending out makeup in the mail to anyone. These will go to people that are around me, people that live in my town, friends and family. So yeah, let's dive into this full collection. And like I said, if you know how many these are, please let me know in the comments and I will put it in the title. Let's dive in. It's a lot. It's a lot. Okay, there are literally piles of makeup here in front of me, so we are gonna see if we can somewhat get through this and just go through all of my palettes. I honestly don't know how many palettes there are. Maybe I'll count them afterwards, but yeah, this is basically just gonna be a very, very long video. And if you see me missing some palettes, I don't know if I said this in the beginning, I might receive some palettes after filming this because I am pre-filming a little bit. This is the Bloom palette by OPV Beauty. This is a really, really pretty palette. I have only used this palette twice and therefore I haven't reviewed the palette yet. It's still in my review pile, but I need to get around to using it at least once or twice more until I can actually review it. But so far I really do enjoy this palette and I am gonna be keeping this because like I said, I am in the process of reviewing it. But I'm gonna try and be a little bit ruthless this time. We'll see. These are two that I am gonna get rid of because I don't use these enough, and these are the Glitter Quads by Nabla. I have both the one in Ruby Lights and what is this one called? Something else. Miami Lights. I mean, they're nice, but I don't use glitters enough. I really like the packaging of these though. I think they're really pretty, but I don't use glitters enough, so I'm actually gonna declutter these because this is something that I actually don't use. I have these new palettes by Ace Beauty. I have a full video, so I have a full video on basically everything that you're gonna see here. But I have a full video swatching these new palettes. This is Blossom Passion, Slice of Paradise. They reformulated their palettes and I really, really like this new reformulation. This is Classical Paradise. Oh, love these. So I'm definitely keeping them. They're pretty new in my collection. This is the Paradise Fallen. So I am gonna be keeping these, and I'm also gonna be keeping this Oceanic palette, which is also reformulated. Look at this. Look at this color story. Oh, yummy. And then there is the Flare palette. Some of these palettes, like this Ace Beauty, this brand, I do have an affiliate code with them. I will leave all the affiliate codes and links down in my description box in case you're interested in getting a discount on some of these. Look at how pretty these are. So yeah, these are pretty new in my collection, so I am saving them. I'm super excited to be playing more with them. I have been so into BH Cosmetics. Let me move some. Let me actually move some Natasha Denona away. I've been so excited about BH Cosmetics. I have a couple of the things here that I have been reviewing these palettes. This is the Smitten in Switzerland. I do have a video where I am swatching all of these and just giving my thoughts on them. I really do enjoy them. This is the Barcelona one, Beautiful in Barcelona. This is the Hanging in Hawaii, which is a little bit more on the neutral side. Then there is the Tokyo one, which is the rainbow one, and the Saint-Tropez one. Oh, that also has a plastic. This one is, I had the old one. This one wasn't included in the video with the new ones. This I bought on a sale, so I have the new one. I am going to be saving these travel palettes because I am excited to see what they do in the future. I do have a couple of the newer ones as well, and you'll see those in a bit. I just have them in another pile. But BH Cosmetics is currently one of my favorite eyeshadow formulas, so I am going to be keeping these. This one though, the BH Cosmetics and Doja Cat, I don't think that this palette is the same like good quality as BH Cosmetics normally has. Some of these were great, some of these were mediocre, so I'm actually going to get rid of this one because I don't think that this is as good as BH Cosmetics can be. So this one I'm getting rid of. I have some Sigma and some ABH. This is the Sigma Ambience. This is a very nice palette, but it's very neutral. Was this year? I need to figure out which palettes are this year because I want to be ranking all the palettes. I think this is this year. So I'm going to get rid of this one, but I'm still going to include it in my yearly rankings. I also have the Enchanted palette. This is really nice. What am I keeping? What am I keeping? Because there's the thing, we're moving. I can't bring all of this. This one is really nice though. I think I like the Untamed the most. Maybe this is the one that I'll actually keep. I think I'll keep the Untamed and I'll keep the Cinderella one. I'll keep these two and I will get rid of these two. I think that's the plan for now. And then I have a couple of Anastasia palettes. I think I have one more that's here somewhere. Yeah, here it is. Wait, I see it. I have the Amrisi one as well. I have this one as well. So the Amrisi one is a little bit bigger. I think that this might be my favorite. I think this is so good. I don't like the pressed glitter formula from ABH at all, but this is a really nice palette. I really like the Riviera one as well. I think that this is discontinued. It's really nice. I think I'm gonna get rid of this one though because I haven't reached for this since my last declutter. This one is pretty new in my collection. This is the Anastasia and Jackie Aina palette. It's really pretty. I am gonna keep this one. I think it's a really nice palette. And then this one, the Norvina palette, I really like this one. This is really nice. This is like my kind of neutral palette, just some more subtle pops. So yeah, I'm gonna keep these and I'm getting rid of the Riviera one. I have so many like Juvia's Place ones. Like this is like, I think I have almost everything. I think I have almost everything from Juvia's Place. I used to do a lot of like ranking videos. I don't like, look at this. This is insanity. I used to do a lot of ranking videos. I don't know if that is something that I will be doing that much, so I might not keep all of them for that reason. This is probably my favorite 6-pan. This is the berries one. I think this is beautiful. This is in the keep pile. This one, the nudes. This one isn't this is my least favorite Juvia's Place palette, not only because it's very light, but I also don't think the quality on this one is as good as Juvia's Place normally is. Then we have the Sweet Pinks. This one is so bright and fun, and this is pretty well used. I'm gonna keep this one as well. The Mauves is really pretty, so let's keep that one. These that have a pressed glitter in them. These were the holiday palettes from last year with the purples and the yellows. Do I want to keep, like, am I gonna reach for these? Or is there someone around me that could be enjoying these a bit more, maybe? Or is the taupes my least favorite one? Both of these are very light. These are not the best Juvia's Place palettes. These are the least good Juvia's Place palettes out there. The chocolates is a lot better. This one. I don't think I'm gonna... I don't know. I really like that. I think I'm gonna keep these instead. The blushed and the bronze. I'm trying to be honest here because I can't keep everything. And then we have the Yummy Angelina. This also has a press glitter. And I like these colors all like not together, just all by themselves. Because I can't be... I really need to be harsher with my declutters. And I have that new purple palette by OPV Beauty. Maybe I would reach for that one over this one. Because this one doesn't have any of those special purples. Okay. So I'm keeping these 5. And I am getting rid of these. Oh my god. Have I ever decluttered the Juvia's Place palette before? I don't think so. It's not that I dislike them. I just can't bring everything. It's impossible. I also have some of these quads. Am I gonna keep all... These quads are so good. But there's a press glitter in here as well. I think I'm gonna declutter this one. I really love this blue here. But the other 3, I'm like not super impressed. This one is great though. Let's keep that one. The orange, the mint, the gray, and the green. Okay, I think I'm just gonna declutter this one because this one has a really great blue matte in there, but I have other really great blue mattes. I'm trying to, again, be a little harsh. This is the Nubian 3 Coral. This is so great. Maybe this should have been in my like top 3 neutral palettes because this is gorgeous. Now I want to use it. Okay, let's keep that one. Let's get rid of the blush palette, shall we? I don't need to be holding on to that one. Was there any more Juvia's Place right now? No, I'm gonna bring more Juvia's Place in a bit because I have more. Let's do some melt because I have a full pile of melt here. As I'm filming this, these are all of the melt palettes that I have, plus these 2 Beetlejuice ones. I really love melt, and I wanted to film a ranking melt palettes that I have. I have a video ranking my melt palettes, and I think it's time for me to get rid of a couple. This one, like the Beetlejuice ones, I am gonna keep this, plus the red one, the Waiting Room. These were limited edition from last holiday. I think they're really nice, so let's keep those 2. And then of course these 2 limited edition from 2019, the Muerte and the Vida. They're really nice. Let's keep those. This one, Millennial Pinks, this one I'm gonna get rid of. It's not my favorite formula. Not my favorite formula, and I also don't really like the 420. I think the formula is really bad on this one, so I'm gonna get rid of that one. Radioactive, it's also a little, it's nothing wrong with it, but it's not extraordinary. And then the Blueprint, like this is nice, but it's the exact, like it's just a shimmer formula. There's nothing exciting about this. Like I was hoping that they were gonna take this for, oh, I'm stained from filming my lip declutter. I was hoping they were gonna bring this formula to be a little more, but I'm just, not that I'm not impressed, I'm just, I don't know. Maybe it is that I'm not impressed. This I really like. These are more extraordinary colors, I'm gonna be honest. I like these more. And I really like the Cheesing Parties. I think this is a really, you can see how well used this is. And then we have the Mary Jane, which I think is nice. I know some people really did not like this. I don't like dislike this. I think it's a nice palette. Am I gonna keep this one? Oh my god, am I getting rid of 4 melt palettes? I can't bring everything. You can't bring it, you can't, listen, I don't want to be the person that collects just to collect. Okay, so I'm gonna save these 3 and I'm gonna get rid of these 4. Oh my, oh my, I am ruthless. Here we have some of the Pinky Rose Cosmetics palettes. I really like these. I will say I haven't reached for them in a bit. This one I think is my favorite. Or is it? I don't know. I like all of them. I'm gonna be honest. I think that this is a really nice formula. I think I'm gonna get rid of this one, the Bright Lights. Am I realistically gonna reach for these? I really do like these palettes. I bought them with my own money. I think these are really nice. Okay, I'm gonna declutter them. Oh, but this is the thing. I need to. Okay. You're gonna be so annoyed with me throughout this video because I keep reminding myself that I can't bring everything. Okay, I have a couple of like indie palettes here now to get through. This is the Be Perfect Conroe 3 Love Tahiti palette. I think I'm gonna keep this one. I think this is a really good quality palette. It's a solid one. Let's keep it. This is the Book of Magic by Beauty Bay. This is a really nice palette. I like this, but I honestly think I'm gonna get rid of this. Only because it's not my absolute favorite formula, and I know that there will be someone close to me that will get this and just have so much fun with it. And like, it's better than me just hoarding it because you can't get a hold of it anyways, so I might as well just give it to someone who's gonna like really enjoy it. This is the Glam Light Velvet Cupcake. Same here. I think someone's gonna really enjoy this palette. This one is such a nice palette. This is the Brew palette by September Rose. Really like the colors in this palette. And we have the Nabla Side by Side. Really neutral. This isn't the neutral palette I reach for. I think I'm gonna get rid of all of these palettes. They're really nice palettes. This is the Taco palette. Really like these colors and this formula as well from Glam Light. I just don't think I will be reaching for any of these over some of the ones that I know I have. And I think I will feel less stressed as well if I don't have as many palettes. So yeah, I'm getting rid of these two. Here is the Glam Light Ice Cream palette and the Glam Light Cake palette. This is more of a pastel rainbow. I think I'm gonna keep this one. I think it's really fun. And then the Cake palette is like a really bright, like rainbow-esque palette. I think I'm gonna keep that as well. This one I'll keep forever. This is the Tiny Marvels palette in collaboration between Sydney Grace and Mel Thompson. Unfortunately, Mel Thompson is no longer with us. But yeah, this was really nice. This was really nice. I'm pretty sure they restocked it. I miss Mel. I really do. This is a really nice formula. I'm definitely keeping this one. Here's another palette that's a little, I really like it, but it's getting to be a little old in my collection, so I think I am gonna declutter this one. Here's one that I'm keeping. This is between Capricorn and Alien Cosmetics. It is one of my favorite rainbow palettes. It's a really pretty one, so we are keeping that. There's a little mismatch of things here because I just brought out some of my newer palettes. This one, I am not 100% sure if I'm going to be keeping all of these Birthstone palettes, but I'm going to put this to the side because I am filming a separate video ranking all of these, the Birthstone palettes from this year. That video is probably already up, so do check for that video. So that's why I'm putting that one to the side. This is the Alice in Wonderland. This is one of the Beauty Bay and Disney collab palettes that they did. These are really cute, but I think, again, I think I'm going to be decluttering these. This is so hard. This is the Tinkerbell and Colourpop palette. This one I am keeping. And the Oden's Eye collab palettes. This one is with Annette's Makeup Corner. This is with Tina the Fancy Face. And this one is with Judy. These I am keeping. I love the brand. I love the collaborators. So I'm keeping those. I'm also keeping this one, the Eternal Eclipse by Lunar Beauty. This is one of my actually favorite neutral palettes. So I'm gonna keep that one. This one is also here a bit random. This is the Citronata palette by Glam Shop. One of my favorite monochromatic palettes. This is a great little yellow palette. This is a Polish indie brand. So I'm gonna keep that one as well. Let's get into my Natasha Denona because I do have some at this point. Is this all of them? I'm not 100% sure if this is all of them. I think so. Oh, the new little face palette thing isn't here, but I haven't even hauled that one yet, so we'll see how I feel about that in the end. But I think that these are all of the Natasha Denona palettes that I have. I think. I also have the Biba palette here somewhere. I don't... it's gonna come later. This is the Sendo palette. I am gonna keep all of my Natasha Denona palettes because I really love Natasha Denona. This is the Glam palette, and I don't foresee myself parting with any of them right now because I'm gonna be ranking this, and I don't know if this is the Love palette. I don't know if the ranking is live as you're seeing this, but maybe I got rid of some of them when I'm ranking them. I'm not 100% sure. This is the Sunrise. I just know that right now I haven't done that video yet. And the one that I might get rid of is this one, the Lila palette. This is like my least favorite Natasha Denona palette. So if I get rid of any of them, it would be that one. This is the Retro palette. I love this one. This is the newest one. Oh, so pretty. And then we have the Metropolis palette. This is probably my favorite one. Such a beautiful palette. This is the Trio Chrome palette. This was the holiday palette last year. Such a fun palette. Then we have the Circle Loco palette that came out this year. So bright and fun. And then we have the Bronze palette. And this palette, as I'm filming this, I haven't tried this palette. So this is totally unswatched. Yeah. But I will be trying it, and I will be using it a couple of times so that I can include it in my ranking, because I just want to make sure that this is the same formula as Natasha Denona normally has. But yeah, those are my Natasha Denona, and I'm not getting rid of any of these. Let's do the rest of my Juvia's Place palettes. This is the Wahala 2. This is a really fun and high quality palette. I am going to be keeping this. This is also like a lot of those really nice blue ones. So this one gets to stay. These two I'm actually going to get rid of because these are old. We're speaking like 5 years old. This is the Masquerade. I haven't been reaching for this for a really long time, and this is the Magic. I still think that these color stories are really nice, but I do think that Juvia's Place makes even more interesting formulas nowadays, so that's why I'm getting rid of those two. I also like, this is probably my least used Juvia's Place palette. This is the Saharan one. There's something about this that just doesn't intrigue me as much as the other ones, so I'm gonna get rid of that one. This is the Afrique one. Maybe I'll get rid of this one as well. I want to save the Nomad one. This one is really, really nice and like grungy. The Deuce one, I don't use this. I know this one is like the favorite for a lot of people, but I think I'm gonna get rid of it. I think this is my favorite, the Tribe one. I think this is so great. This one I'm saving. This one I'm gonna get rid of because it's so old, but I will say the Zulu is one of my absolute favorites. Yeah, I really like this one. It's old and I don't reach for it anymore. The Warrior one I'm gonna keep. This is actually a really good neutral palette, so I'm gonna keep it. This one has some really nice colors and I'm gonna keep that one as well. And the Sahara 2, this is such a good color story. This one and the Festival. I think these two are the ones that I actually reach for the most, if I'm gonna be honest. I use these two colors a lot, and also this like shimmery black. The Nubian 2, this is a really nice palette, but I am gonna give this one away. And the Wahala 1, this one has 3 pressed glitters. Maybe I'll give this one away and I'll save the Wahala 2 and I'll give the Wahala 1 away. So these are gonna be, oh my god, I can't believe I'm getting rid of some of like my oldest but goodies. But here's the thing, like, you gotta be tough sometimes. These two palettes have actually been decoration in my room for some time, but I am gonna declutter the Saint and Sinners by KVD because I don't use this palette and I'm not bringing it as decoration. Like, you gotta go. But this Moonspell palette by Lunar Beauty, this is the original Moonspell. I'm gonna show you the other one in a bit as well. This is beautiful. We are definitely keeping this one. And then we have a bunch of these small palettes by Oden's Eye. I think these are all of them. First they had these Elva 2, and these are really, really cute. I think I will be keeping all of these like small palettes by Oden. This is just a really fun brand, and these are just really, really cute. I think my favorite one is the one that's called Urd, that's coming real soon. This is from the Norns collection. This one, I think this is my favorite. Like, look at this, it's so pretty. So I will be keeping those. Let me actually look at the other, because I have them here. The other things from Oden, because I think I will be keeping most, because this is one of my favorite brands. So this is the Amber Tears palette, it's in the Freya collection, and then it is the Cat's Breath palette, it is also in the Freya collection, and then this is the bigger palette in the Freya collection. It is more reddish side here, and then there is a more like almost neutral with a pop of bright green and orange on this side, and 2 duochromes. And then we have the Solmåne palette. I think I might declutter this one, because I haven't reached for this for a bit. And oh yeah, here is the highlight palette. I'm gonna keep this and put this with my highlighters instead. And here is, this is such a fun palette. This is the Elva 2, like the big palette. Such a fun palette. And then we have the original Elva palette. I haven't reached for this for a bit either, but this is a really, really cute palette. But it's been a while. You know what? This gets to stay around a little bit more, and this is the Norns palette. I love this. Look at this. Such a cool palette. I do have videos on pretty much all of this. I think I'm only going to get rid of this small one. We have a couple of more indie palettes here. We have this NYX Ultimate Shadow palette. I think that the quality of this was really good, and I wanted to try some new NYX shadows. I honestly think that NYX did really good with these shadows. So if you have been eyeing to try some NYX again, I think that they are doing pretty okay right now. Like, these shadows are pretty okay. At least this one I thought was good. But I am gonna give this away only because I have so many eyeshadows. But I will say, had I had less shadows, I think I would have been really happy keeping this one. It's just that I have so many palettes that I want to like prefer to save the ones that are a little bit more special. Like this one from Geology Cosmetics. This is the Pilbara palette. This is their first release. I'm super excited to see what they do in the future, so I'm definitely keeping that one. And then I have these 3 palettes from Game Beauty. I'm gonna show you the newest one soon as well. This is the Victory palette. This is the Fantasy palette. And then we have the Adventure palette. Like I said, I have the newest one as well. It is in another pile. I'll get to that one in just a bit. Another one of my favorite brands have been Alien Cosmetics. And I have a couple of their palettes here. This is the Serendipity palette. It looks like this. They have re-released this one in another packaging. So I actually think that I am gonna give this one away. Same with the Fairy Frolic. They have re-released this one as well. And I think they have re-released the Lure palette as well. I think. I'm not 100% sure about that. I'm gonna keep the Lure palette because this one was released this year, so at least I can include it in my ranking. This one was also released this year. This is the Strawberry Milkshake. Oh, this is such a nice palette. Really, really do enjoy this one. And then we have the Not Normal. Love this one. This is so cool. This is like what grungy dreams are made of. I'm keeping that one as well. And I am going to keep the Wilderness palette. This is from this year. I think this is a really fun formula. It just, for me, takes a little bit extra effort to work with it. And also these shimmers do crease on me. So next time I use this, I will probably use it with some other shimmers just to not have this creasy situation. But it's a really nice palette. It's by the Beauty Babe brand. And then I have a pile of BH Cosmetics here. I'm pretty sure I have some more BH Cosmetics here somewhere. But these are more of the travel palettes. Let's start with those. These are some of their newer travel palettes. I think that they have released all 4 of these this year. This is the Amore in Amalfi. It's a pretty neutral palette, but I really like this travel series by BH Cosmetics, so I'm gonna keep it. And then I have the Lost in Los Angeles. This is the like pastel palette that I would recommend if you want to start out with some pastels. This is my favorite. This is the Passion in Paris. Don't be surprised if this one ends up in the top 3 of like palettes of 2021. Heads up. This is the Party in Puerto Rico. I love this color story, but I will say this quality is not as good as the quality in this one, for example. It's nice, but it's not extraordinary. But it's still really nice. And then we have the palette that won Best Palette of 2020, the Blueberry Muffin. This is such a good cool toned neutrals slash blue. Ah, it's so beautiful. Then we have the Mimosa palette. I'm gonna keep this one as well. And then we have the Avocado Toast palette. Such a good palette if you want to start out with some greens and want to get like an affordable options. This one, so good as well. This is the 00's Remix Dance palette. The quality of this, like these shadows, it's incredible. Like honestly, it's incredible. If you told me that this was Melt or ABH, I would have been like, okay, the quality is extraordinary. So I am keeping my BH Cosmetics palettes. Let's bring out some new ones. Okay, so the time has come for some ColourPop. I do have I have quite a lot of ColourPop. Let's start with these small ones first, shall we? This pretty much, it's old. I'm gonna get rid of it now. I do think this is a really fun color story, but it's old, so let's get rid of it. The Hello Kitty quads, I bought these myself. Some of these are PR and some of these I bought myself. It's probably, I would say it's a 50-50 split, if I'm gonna be honest. These I bought myself, the ColourPop Hello Kitty quads. I think that these are nice, but they're not extraordinary. So I'm actually gonna get rid of these. I don't think they're extraordinary. I really love these quads from ColourPop. They did give me this one in PR. This is the Extra Toppings. It's a little bit neutral, so I'm actually gonna get rid of this one and I'm gonna save the 4 that I bought myself, which are the 4 of the Zodiac quads. I did buy these myself. These are the little colorful ones. I think I'm gonna get rid of all of these. Maybe I'll save the green one. The green one was really good. This was a really good one, but the rest, I wasn't that impressed. This was the only one that was actually like bringing something new to the table. These other ones, I do have a video on them. They were okay, but that's about it. This one is still unused. This is the Baroque palette. I'm still having hopes that I will be using it, so I will be saving it. This is the Hello Kitty one. I think I'm gonna get rid of that one just because I have others that I would use over it. This is the child one. Let me save that one. The Malibu Barbie one was a really good palette. Like the quality of this one was exceptional, but this color story, like I have it in the Amrezy palette, but just a little bit better. So I think I'm gonna get rid of this one. This one, I do like these. There's a couple of these in pastels, and I actually do reach for these a bit. There's one more here somewhere. Oh, here it is, this one. It is called Miss Bliss because I want to have like a pastel accent. But the one I reach for the most is actually this one, but I feel like I could get that in another palette, right? Am I wrong? Yeah, maybe I'll get rid of these. Maybe I'll get rid of these. I have other like pastel accent palettes. I think this is just singles. Yeah, I probably will give this one away to someone who would really enjoy it. The Dream Street, it's a bit old. Let's get rid of it. My Little Pony, it's a bit old. Let's get rid of it. This used to be my absolute favorite palette from ColourPop. I still think that this is so beautiful. It's a little bit old though. Let's be honest. Let's get rid of it. This is a stunning palette. I'm actually going to keep this one. I think this is great. This is so great. This is such a great palette. Is it called All That? It's a cool toned red, super beautiful palette. Let's keep that one. This is probably the best thing that ColourPop released this year. This is So Lush palette. Incredible quality. This is the At Forest Sight. Such a good palette. I have not used this enough. What is the smell? Is this one? This one is actually smelling a little bit. You know what? I think I will declutter this one. It smells, but it's beautiful. But it is a couple of years old, so maybe that's why. It's beautiful though. But I think I'll declutter if it starts smelling. I kind of like this palette, but it's not perfect. Maybe I will give it away. I need to be smart. I can't save everything. This Honey is a beautiful palette, but I like the yellow one from Glam Shop more, so I'm gonna get rid of this one. The High Tide is beautiful. I'm gonna save this one. The Blue Moon is one of my most used palettes. I'm gonna keep it. Or Kid You Not is one of the newest Colourpop palettes, if not the newest Colourpop palette I have. It is incredible quality. I'm absolutely saving it. Same with this one, Wine and Only. Oh my god, this is so good. I'm so happy I bought it. And then we have this one. This is the Powerpuff Girls. This is really cool, and I love the Powerpuff Girls. Can I save it for that reason? I'll hang on to this one a little bit longer, okay? This is the Lust for Dusk. It's one of my favorite neutral palettes in my collection. I'm gonna save it because I do think that this is a really cool color story. And then we have more monochromatic palettes. I love the Orange You Glad. Love this palette. I really love it, and I use it quite a lot. The Ooh La La, on the other hand, I think I'm gonna get rid of that one. The Main Squeeze. I think I'm gonna get rid of this one as well because I will reach for the Wine Only over this one. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm doing this. This is the It's My Pleasure. This one is really nice. Can I really keep all this? This is the question. This is really nice. It's My Luck. Let's save the It's My Luck. Mint to Be. Let's save the Mint to Be. And okay, I like both of these, but I think I would use the new Or Kid You Not over this one, whereas this one fills a purpose. So I'm gonna save this one, and I'm gonna get rid of this one. And then we have the Wild Child, which I actually have never used. So I'm gonna give this one away because it is totally untouched. So, there we go. Look at me. This is just a random pile of palettes that I just never had any space for, which is, well, it says a lot, doesn't it? This is the Naked, like, Wild West. It's nice, but I don't think I would reach for this one over any. I feel like the biggest problem with the Urban Decay palettes is that the shimmers are so subpar, and that is the biggest reason why this one is such a letdown. Because this, in theory, a palette filled with special shades is such a good, like, idea, but since the shimmer formula from Urban Decay is just so subpar, it just falls very flat. I think I will be getting rid of both of these. This is the Candy Skies palette. This is a collaboration between Laura Lee Los Angeles and Erin Weaver. This is a really pretty palette. I'm gonna hold on to this one for a little bit longer. Ooh, I have some Nabla here. Nabla, Nabla, Nabla. Are these all my Nabla palettes? I think so. I think these are all my Nabla palettes. Okay, so this is the Dreamy palette. This is the first one they came out with. This is the Poison Garden palette. This is the one that I didn't really like, so I'm definitely getting rid of that one. This is the Mystic palette. I think this is my favorite one. And then we have the Secret palette that I honestly really like as well, but I haven't reached for it for a bit. Now we have a Soul Blooming. Is this really all of them? I guess this is all of them. Oh, yeah, there's a couple of Sixpence as well. Those we're gonna get to in a bit. So, which are the ones that really fill a gap in my collection? I think that this one is like most my... I'm gonna... Listen. Listen. This is happening. I love Nabla, but I'm only gonna keep the Dreamy 2. I'm as shocked as you are. Okay, let's do a couple of, I don't want to call them one-offs, but I do have, I have this Tish Smith, this one, and there are some more BH Cosmetics here. Let's do this one first. This is the Warrior 2 by Juvia's Place. I've never used this one. It is untouched. Why? Because I'm an idiot, but I'm gonna keep it. This is something that I'm gonna declutter. This is the Soph and Makeup Revolution Round 3. I thought this was meh. It was okay. It was okay. It was okay. Here is Chasing Butterfly. This is the Makeup by Tammy palette that she did her own brand. I think the color story of this one is really fun. It's a mix of brights and more muted colors with a matte black. I really like this one. Oh my god, now I'm swatching. This is not gonna end well. I think this is a really nice pinky peach. I think I will be decluttering this, not because I dislike it, but because I have so many palettes and I need to get rid of some. This is the Hatisha Schmidt Labs palette. I think this is a very unique color story, so I'm actually gonna save this one. This is the Lethal is Dead, the collaboration between Teresa is Dead and Lethal Cosmetics. Definitely saving this one. I love Teresa. I so cannot wait to meet her again. This is the Ofra and Samantha March collab. What was this called? Life's a Draft. Ofra is a little bit on a break for me. Like I am having an extended break from Ofra, but I love Samantha and I don't want to punish her because of what happened with Ofra. So I'm gonna keep this because I love Samantha. So I'm keeping this in my collection and hopefully things with Ofra will be better in the future. Who knows? I have two palettes from LH Cosmetics. This is the rainbow one and this is the spectral one. I think both of these are really nice. I think I'm gonna keep the rainbow palette actually because it's really small and compact, and I think I'm gonna give this one away. I mean, LH Cosmetics is a really nice brand and it's a pretty big brand here in Sweden, so I'm sure that someone will really enjoy it. So I'm gonna keep this one and I'm gonna give this one away. This is the U Beauty palette that Glaminatrix came up with. It is so stunning. I love Glaminatrix Cosmetics. Like, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. So yeah, I'm saving that one as well. And this is the Break the Rules palette. I think this is from, it's Belle, that's what it's called. This is a really fun palette. Really fun, like, you see like the green, pink duochrome? Yeah, you see. It's a really fun palette. I am gonna hold on to this. I think it's a really nice one. So yeah, I'm getting rid of a couple here as well. I do have a couple more BH Cosmetics here that, yeah, this one, let me not get demonetized. This is the FU palette. I don't like this as much as I like some of the other ones, so I'm actually gonna get rid of this one. Even though this is dark and moody, it's not exactly what I want. This one is my favorite. This is the Do Not Disturb, and looking like a snack I really like as well. Let That Go, the green one. It's really nice, but do I need another brown and green palette? I don't know. Low-Key Love You is amazing. And then the Optimistic AF. This is so pretty as well. Okay, maybe I'll keep these four and I'll let these two go because I can't keep everything. Then we have these Sweet Shop palettes. These are so nice from BH Cosmetics. Should I just be keeping all of this? You know what? I'll keep these as well. Listen. I've decluttered a lot. Don't come for me. Let's do some smaller palettes because I have some of these like smaller palettes. This is the little kiwi one from Kiko Milano from this year. I am gonna get rid of this one. I have 3 of the little quads from e.l.f. I wasn't super impressed with the quality. I'm gonna get rid of them. This one from Kasha. I love the idea of this more than I like the quality of this. This one is in Hella Azalea. I've heard some people really rave about this quality. I think it's okay. This is the Natasha Denona Cranberry palette. I think this is really good quality. I want to save this one. I think I want to save all of the Natasha Denona minis. I have the mini Xenon one. This came out this year. I also have the mini Metropolis. It also came out this year. And then I have the mini Tropic one. I think the big Tropic is discontinued. And then the mini Gold. I do not own the big Gold one. And then this is the mini Retro. And the mini Sendo. I think all of these palettes are really nice qualities. I'm gonna hang on to all of them. I think they're really nice. This is a new one from Sigma. This is the Magnifique palette. I have just swatched this one because I'm gonna include it in a video that you have already seen. I'm not 100% sure if I'm gonna keep it. I think I will declutter it because it doesn't really fill a purpose in my collection, and I do have like people around me that would really love that one. This is the Precious palette by Sueva. I think this is the best release they've ever done. Yeah, it is a little bit old now and it discontinues. I think I'm gonna get rid of it because I don't reach for it. Don't reach for this one either. I have brought this traveling twice. This is the Ultimate Edit from NYX in Ash. It's nice. I brought it traveling twice, like I said, but I haven't reached for it since my last declutter, so I'm gonna get rid of it. Oh yeah, here's the Mini Love as well from Natasha Denona. Same for these. These are the Marvelous Mauves from Dose of Colors. I have the old packaging and the Blushing Berries. I haven't reached for any of these since my last declutter, so it's time for it to go. We have some Viseart, we have some ABH. This is from We Makeup. This is a little quad, like a little quad. You can see it's not a quad. It's a trio, but I don't know if that is one that I am going to be keeping. This is like ones that I've made myself because I have swatched all of their shadows. I think maybe I'll keep these three instead because I really do like We Makeup, and I will get rid of this little one. Even though I like the small compact like palette, I think I will get rid of that one. I have these Anastasia mini palettes. I've gotten this as a gift and I'm gonna keep them because I feel like this is the only like of this formula that I have, and I haven't used them that much. I have two of the small Huda Beauty palettes. This is the nude one in medium, really like it, and this is the wild one in Jaguar. Really like this one as well. These are the only Huda palettes I have, so I'm gonna keep them. These are two Kiko palettes. I think both of these are really nice, but I haven't reached for them for a bit, so I am actually gonna get rid of both of those. And we have some Nabla ones here as well. Let us look at the ones that I have from Viseart. I have the Attendu. This is such a good one. Oh my god, this packaging. This is such a good one. I'm definitely keeping it. I think it is incredible quality. This one, the petite one in whatever this one is called. Let's get rid of this one. Listen, I like this one though, the Paris Edit. This one is like a cool tone neutrals. I do like that one. Let me keep that one. I really like the Spritz one as well. I do like the Viseart quality. And then the Dark Edit is incredibly pretty. Like this one. Trying not to blind you. Yeah, I think I'll keep these and I'll get rid of this little one. Let's look at the Nabla ones. These are the 6-pan palettes by Nabla. They call them the Cutie palettes. I have all of them. I think I'm gonna get rid of the nude one. Haven't reached for this. Let's get rid of it. The Metropolitan one, it's good quality, but I also haven't reached for this one. The Midnight and the Analog ones are the newest ones. I think I have other neutral ones that I like more than this one. The blue one though, this is a great blue one. Maybe I'll hang on to this one. I really love the Platinum one as well. It's great. This one is probably my favorite, the Wild Berry one. Really pretty. And then we have the Coral one. I really like this. So I'll keep these 4 of the Nabla ones. So at least it's some are out. Okay, I found a bunch more eyeshadows. I do have quite a lot of these like stacks by Melt. These are really nice. I have most of these now as eyeshadows, like palettes. These are pretty old. I'm gonna get rid of these. Can I count this as one? I don't know. Maybe I can count that as one. I have this one from Ruby May. This is the Mood palette. I haven't touched it since my last declutter. Haven't touched this Mirage palette, Miracle palette by Glamlight since my last declutter, or the Hasina 2 by Blush Tribe. I haven't touched the Michalou palettes, none of these 2 since my last declutter. Haven't touched the Feral palette. I don't know really why I'm saving this palette because this isn't my favorite formula. This is by Menagerie. The Creepy Cute by Strobe Cosmetics, which is now Shroud. This is a really great palette though. I am gonna keep this one because that is so good. The Juicy Boost by Colored Rain. I really wanted to love this palette, but I just don't. Then we have the Love Luxe Beauty, the Pretty Powerful palette. Haven't touched either of these since my last declutter. So like they've just been living in a drawer. So now they gotta go. I have the Chinchilla palette by Tammy Tenuka, the Sigil inspired brand. I have that one here. I liked it, but I didn't love it, so I think I'm gonna pass this one along. And then I have the Kittlets collab. This is like highlighter palettes, 2 of them, or like trios, and then there are small eyeshadow palettes. I haven't touched these either since my last declutter, so I'm gonna get rid of it. This is the Pastel Goth by OPV Beauty. This was so hard to get a hold of. Because I also have this one. Like both of these palettes were gifts. This is the Lolita palette. But do I need to hang on to both of these? This is why I should never, ever, Angie, don't let anyone gift you makeup. You already have enough. I think I'm gonna get rid of all of these because, boy. Let's do Kaleidos at the end. I have some certified palettes here. I think I'm gonna get rid of all of these as well because I haven't reached for them. It's the Affinity 2. It is the Dynasty. All of these are really nice. I've really been enjoying these palettes. I just haven't reached for them. This is the Affinity 2. Okay, sorry, the other one was number 1. This is the Destiny palette. I've really had a lot of fun with these, but just don't reach for them anymore. And then it's this one. This one was my first palette from Certified, the Tropical Wonders. I really love that palette. It's really nice, but it's old in my collection now, so it's gotta go. I have some of these Linda Hallberg quads. Look at this one. Let's talk about that towards the end. This is the Enchanted Secrets. I don't think this quad is available anymore. It's the Metallic Mysteries 2 and the Enchanted Mysteries. These are all really nice, but I do not reach for them. And I think since this is a Swedish brand, I'm pretty sure I will have some Swedish friends who would really enjoy to have these in their life. Let's put this to the side. Same with this one, the Color Splurge. It's a nice palette, but I don't reach for it. So let's get rid of it. This one is so nice, but I don't reach for it, the Stoned Vibes. And I think I will find someone who will have so much fun with this one. So I'm gonna get rid of that one as well. This, even though Pat McGrath is not my absolute favorite brand when it comes to eyeshadows, I do think her eyeshadow palettes are pretty good. And this was a gift by my friend Karen Harris, and I will not get rid of this one because I love Karen and this was such a thoughtful gift. That I apparently do not know up and down from. Like, this is nice. It's nice quality, and it's nice to have the Pat McGrath quality as well. I think it's a really good palette. It's definitely not a bad palette, so it gets to stay. This is the Pure and Raw Beauty Christie palette. I think I'm gonna get rid of this one. I do like it, but I haven't reached for it since my last declutter, mainly because I have so many colorful palettes. So I think I am gonna get rid of that one. This is the El Barrio palette. This is the Terra Moon Cosmetics palette. This is such a nice one. This is the first palette they ever did, and this is so good. I'm gonna hold on to this one. I'm gonna hold on to this one. Let's talk about this one. This is one of the oldest palettes in my collection. This is the Makeup Geek and Manny MUA palette. Yes, I still have it. And this is such a fond memory of like when I was like just seeing roses and butterflies when I looked at the beauty community, and I want to keep it for that reason. I also think it's really good quality. I probably wouldn't use it because it's so old, but you know. This is the Touch Me palette. This is the collaboration between Ida, also known as Spindelsven on social media, and Gloss Gods. This is a really nice palette. I will say I don't reach for it though, but I will say the Incendio palette, which is the collaboration between Margareta Gräs and Gloss Gods. If you know my channel from before, you know me and Maggie are very close friends, and this is her collab palette with Gloss Gods, and it's such a pretty palette, and of course I am saving that palette. Then I have my like collection of palettes from Kaleidos. I don't see myself getting rid of any of these because I love Kaleidos. It's one of my favorite brands, and I just don't foresee myself getting rid of any of them. I mean, this is my collab palette with Kaleidos. This is the Club Nebula palette. It came out this year. I mean, obviously so proud of this palette. I just think it's so pretty. I'm so proud of the work we did. I really think that we did good with this palette. So yeah, I really like it. This is the Escape Pod. I actually used this palette not too long ago. It was just when I'm filming this, it was actually just like a couple of days ago since I used this one. I think it's a really nice palette. This is the first palette I came out with. This is the Deep Sea Luster palette. It is discontinued. It's a really nice palette, and again, I think I'm saving this one just because like this is how I discovered the brand, and then I just want to hold on to it a little bit longer. I will declutter it at some point, but just not right now. These are colors that I love. I love grungy greens. I think that there are so many cool colors in this palette. This is the palette that they came up with this year. This is the Flower Punk palette. It is absolutely amazing. This is the Electro Turquoise palette. It's a 6-pan palette. Such a great palette. I don't know if this one is discontinued. I'm pretty sure that I think this one at least is discontinued. This is the VR Neon, which is the rainbow palette. This is such a great palette. This one is the Sashimi City, which is more of a neutral one. But yeah, I still love their palette so much. I am gonna keep it. And then we have the Lunar Lavender, which is the more lavendery palette. Such a pretty one. And then we have the Sci-Fi Green. Again, these like more murky greens. So pretty. Probably the best black in my collection. And then the Astro Pink. I love this like berry matte here. It's such a beautiful color. And then we have the Cyber Bronze that has probably one of the best metallic silvers and one of the best metallic reds in the game. Like, incredible quality. So I'm not getting rid of any of the Kaleidos ones because I love Kaleidos. Okay, we are getting towards the end. This is the Glaminatrix Sandra Rose palette. I think this is discontinued. This is a really nice palette. I am gonna hold on to this one. This is the Yubia and the Yaha palettes by Mayali Beauty. I'm pretty sure that this brand is no longer available, and I never got around to using this because these came at a time when I had so many things going on. So I am gonna actually give these away because they're untouched. This is the Alma palette. This is the palette that Amy Loves Makeup did together with Amy Hearts Beauty. It turned out that Amy Hearts Beauty is not a very good brand, and they did not treat my friend Amy very good, which makes me extremely sad because Amy did such a good color story. I am actually going to give this one away because I cannot be bringing like too many things around, but I have such a fond memory to this one, and I probably should actually also give this one away. Because will I reach for all of these things are things that have been like in a drawer that I haven't reached for a while. I feel the same about the Smoky Glow palette. Like, I adore Smoky Glow. Like, I still have the picture here. I think she is such a nice person, and I really have nothing but fond thoughts of her. But I haven't reached for her palette in such a long time, and I cannot be bringing too many things to the other side of the world. So should I be just giving some of these things away? I think I need to be harsh with myself. I can't be just bringing stuff along for the ride. This is the Spotlight palette by OPV Beauty. I really had a lot of fun with this palette. I think this palette is really nice. Especially love this corner down here. These are really high quality shadows. I am going to be giving this one away, and the Tropical Dreams by OPV Beauty, because again, I can't be bringing everything to the other side of the world, and these have just been laying in a drawer. This is the Clientele palette. This is the Be Perfect's collaboration with Jaw Makeup Art. I've never used it. Absolutely untouched. Never used it. It's so crazy because it's so beautiful, but yeah, I never got around to use it. I did get this as PR, so I didn't buy it myself, but yeah, I think it's really pretty, but I will be giving this away untouched to someone else. I have the Fall Fusion by Blush Tribe. This brand is no longer available. She did name one of the shadows after me, and I will forever be grateful for that, but I think I will be giving that one away as well. And I think I will be giving this one away. This is the Divinity palette. Oh, this one is suffered a bit of heartbreak. Maybe I'll need to be kind to that one. These ones I will save though. These have some like emotional, like I really like these. These are the first palettes that Cleona did. These are just so beautiful. Or maybe I should just I've been sitting here thinking about these for a little bit. These have such sentimental value to me, but I can't be lugging things around to the end of the world. Like, I am not actually a person who saves things really for sentimental value, so I probably should be getting rid of that like not Lunar Beauty, but the Manny MUA and Makeup Geek palette as well, because I feel like I want to get rid of these because they're pretty old and like I haven't used them for a bit. And I have other things from Cleona that I will reach for over these palettes, even though I think they're really nice. Oh, it's so hard. It's so hard. This is the Nomad Cosmetics Shanghai palette. I do know that they got a lot of backlash for this one. I am not well read up on like the issues to be able to give you some context about it, but this has been discontinued, so I will get rid of this one, because since there was a lot of controversy around this and I never want to be the reason why people are sad about things, I will be getting rid of this one because it's discontinued and I don't want to be the reason why anyone's sad. Do you remember this? This is back when they had this clunky packaging. This is the Jaclyn Hill Favorites. This is the oldest makeup item in my collection. Again, this is like, I can't even open this one. How do you open it? Hello? Here you go. This is the first Morphe palette she did. Not the white one, not the Vault, not any of these. This is the first palette she did. This one. She picked her favorites from Morphe and they did a palette. The quality of this is very Morphe 2017, not gonna lie, but it had some sentimental value to me, but I think it's time. I think it's time to get rid of this. Again, this is just me having sentimental value towards things in the beauty community when like everything was good, or at least on the surface, so I think it's time to get rid of them. Am I getting rid of all of these? Look at me. This is the Naughty palette by BH Cosmetics. This is the holiday palette from last year. This is a really nice palette. I will declutter this one only because it's really big and it's the holiday palette from last year. I think though that if you have this one, this has colors that work all year around. I will be keeping it now though, because I'm gonna do, well, you've already seen that, but as I'm filming this, I have not filmed the holiday palette for this year yet, and I want to compare them a little bit. So I will declutter it, even though I think it's extremely pretty and high quality, but I will reach for my other BH Cosmetics over this one, but I will keep it for comparison. But I'm putting it in the declutter pile for now. Okay, this is the last pile. This is stuff that I have either not reviewed yet or not hauled yet. So neither of these things are going to be decluttered at this point, although I can't promise that I will bring all of this when we move, but I'm not gonna declutter any of it right now because I haven't even properly reviewed it. This is the Happy Hour collection by Glamlight. I was sent this as PR. I really like the quality of Glamlight, and I think all of these palettes, this is the Dirty Martini, are really, really nice quality. I have a video on this quite recently, the Chocolate Martini, and I really had a lot of fun working with these. I think they're really nice. I don't know if, like I said, if I'll be keeping all of them. I think this is my favorite, the wine one. I think it's really, really nice. And then the Margarita one, I think this is a really good palette if you want to have a really bright palette but not too dark, because this is only like pastels and brights that doesn't go too dark. I've had a really fun with it. We'll see how I feel about it at the end. This is the Berlin 89 palette by Lethal Cosmetics. This is their newest palette. I did use this in a video as well. This is a multi-chrome. You can see in the mirror that it's like green and then it's like a pinky red here. I also got the two Hocus Pocus palettes by Colourpop. This is the one from last year. I think this is fine. I don't know if I'll be keeping this one because there's so many mattes with sparkles in this one. And then we have the Witching Hour, which is this year's. I personally like this color story more, but from what I gathered, this doesn't capture the movie as good as the other one. But I'm not like, I think I've seen the movie once. I'm not sure I even paid attention, if we're gonna be honest. This is the Moonspell Volume 2 from this year from Lunar Beauty. It looks like this. I also have a video up on this one. I had a lot of fun creating colors to this one. This Queenie, this dark burgundy red matte is incredible. incredible. Such a beautiful color. We'll definitely be having fun with this one. I can tell you already that this one is definitely coming traveling with me. This is the Age of Opulence by Beauty Bay. This is their holiday palette. I think it's really fun and vibrant. I don't know if I will be using these shimmers again though, because these crease incredibly on me. It's quite annoying. This is the new palette by Gloss Gods. This is the Gal on the Moon. You were so intrigued by this. There might be a video up already swatching these as you're seeing this video. Check back on my channel because I am toying with the idea of just doing a swatch party with this one and the other one that is called Gal on Mars, which is this one right here, which is the more purpley, plummy, ready neutral one. Really pretty as well. Like there are some incredible formulas in here. And then I also have, like, as I was thinking about like this one, for example, this one I haven't even hauled yet. This is the Witching Hour. Like I want to do something with this one as well. It's so bright and fun, like just maybe swatching it. I do have two more Natasha Denona here. This one is the Glam Face palette. I haven't even hauled it yet, so it's still in the packaging. I got the dark one. This one is face palette and eyeshadows. I think that this one is really good quality. Will I be getting a lot of use of this one? I don't know about that, but I like reviewing Natasha Denona, so here we are. And this is the Biba palette. This one I actually got as PR. I've only used this one twice. It's nice. It's a really good quality palette. I will say for me, the thing that's missing with this palette is that there is nothing that's incredibly light in this palette. I mean, it's not that hard for me to bring in something else, but it's just something that I've noticed when I've used this palette, that I am missing a little bit of the contrast. Like I would wish for there to be something really light in there as well. Then we have three more palettes that I haven't hauled yet. One of them is, I said I was gonna show you the BH Cosmetics birthday birthstone palettes in another video, so let's not use that one. This is the Lit List by BH Cosmetics. This is the holiday palette for this year. I thought this entire row was gonna be pressed glitters, but these are just very sparkly metallics, and the only pressed glitter is this red one here. So there's only one pressed glitter this year, and I'm excited. Last year there were two, this year there's one, maybe next year we'll have 0. As I'm filming this, I haven't even worn this yet, I've only swatched it, so I have no idea how I'm gonna feel about it, but I have high hopes because it's swatched really pretty. And this is something, as I'm filming this, that hasn't even been announced yet, and this is the Nomad Cosmetics Home for the Holidays. This is their like holiday palette. It is pretty limited edition. I don't know if this is still available. I do have a code with Nomad Cosmetics. You can check it out down below. I am guessing that this is the replacement for that palette that got discontinued. This is just those really incredibly pretty, super sparkly and like high shine metallics in a 9-pan together with the matte black. I like the format of this a lot. I haven't even touched this. I have no idea if there's any duochromes or what's going on in this palette, but I have it. So if you're interested in this, there's probably something up on the channel. So let me put these away, and then I'll bring up all the palettes that I've decluttered and we can count them because there's a lot. Okay, I have everything up here on desk, and I don't think you will be seeing me doing all of this because I'm actually like standing up. But I will try and make this as visual as possible because I have a big basket here next to me, and I will just count how many palettes I'm decluttering. So it's like 4, 5, 6. Okay, 136. If we count this as one. Let's count this as one, even though I think this is like 4 or 5 stacks or something, but I mean, I counted this as one, so who cares at this point, right? I feel very happy that I'm able to not be this attached to like makeup. I love makeup and I love review makeup. I love the job that I do here. I hope that I'm helping you to find the right things. And I also think that I have a lot of like people in real life that are going to be super excited about some of these things. The really old ones, I'm just going to throw away. Nobody needs to be getting my old makeup. But if it's new, if it's in good shape, I'm going to put it in a big bag and I'm going to have some of my friends go through it and pick out some of their favorites. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please let me know. Please let me know your thoughts down below, and I will see you in my next video, which is going to be tomorrow, and I will see you then. Bye!